Good afternoon, and a warm welcome to all of you here with us in Warsaw and watching us via live stream from around the world. I am 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗡𝗵, and it is my great honor to moderate this important conversation, bringing together leaders and champions to raise urgently needed funds for those directly impacted by the invasion of Ukraine. Now, before we begin our program, I'd like to invite Your Excellencies, my esteemed colleagues in the press, and our guests to please join me in a moment of silence in remembrance for the lives lost since the invasion began and in recognition of all refugees and displaced people around the world.
I was yesterday in Kyiv, and I visited Bucha. And there are no words for the horror I've seen in Bucha, the ugly face of Putin's army terrorizing people. And I have so much admiration for our brave Ukrainian friends fighting against this. They are fighting our war. It's our fight that they are in, because it's not only Ukraine fighting for its sovereignty and integrity, but they are also fighting for the question whether humanity will prevail or whether heinous devastation will be the result. It's the question whether democracy will be stronger or it's autocracy that will dominate. It's the question whether there is the right of might dominating or whether it's the rule of law.
I'm so pleased to be co-convening this important event. Ursula, we've been intensely working towards this event for a while now, but I need to pause for a moment on your leadership and your commitment to protect those in need, which demonstrates such a strong compassion and a strong presence of humanitarianism. We can always count on you to bring people together, and I want to thank you for all your hard work and for everything you did with your visit to Kyiv yesterday. We're here today to answer President Zelensky's call for the international community to mobilize in support for Ukrainian refugees and all Ukrainians. Vladimir Putin's war has created a humanitarian crisis. When I was in Warsaw just last month, I met people that had left their homes with only a backpack. It was all they had for their most important belongings. They shared incredibly difficult stories with me. They don't know when they'll return home to their husbands, their sons, their fathers. They don't know what the future holds. My friends, as a humanitarian crisis deepens and needs continue to grow, our collective response must keep pace. That's exactly why we're gathered here today. Together, let's keep working to mobilize governments around the world, private companies, and the people in our communities to support refugees from Ukraine and indeed support all Ukrainians.
Thank you. Merci, Prime Minister Trudeau. When the invasion of Ukraine started, her neighbours in the EU and countries like Moldova did not hesitate to offer safe harbour to the masses of people who fled. According to the latest estimate, Poland has taken in more than 2.5 million refugees, offering basic necessities like food, shelter, and medical supplies. President Duda, we thank you for your leadership. We thank you for the generosity of the Polish people. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Madam President von der Leyen, Prime Minister Trudeau, dear Justin, dear friends from Global Citizen, distinguished artists, dear friends from around the world, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for organizing this meaningful event. And dear Madam President, thank you very much for your presence in Kyiv yesterday. It's symbolic that we are meeting here in Warsaw. Poland has been a frontline country in the face of the Russian war against Ukraine. I'm glad that my dear friend, President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, is joining us today. He is an example of a true leader and the hero of our time. This event is another sign of international unity. We all support the same values: peace, freedom, democracy, and the right to self-determination. Today we stand up for Ukraine, but at the same time, Ukraine has been standing up for us. Ukrainians are fighting not only for their freedom, but also for ours. Today, we are supporting millions of Ukrainian refugees and people in need. Above all, we are sending a message to every single Ukrainian in the cities and villages under siege. A message of hope to the brave Ukrainian soldiers, heroes defending their country from the aggressor. Dear brothers and sisters, you are not alone. Much has been done. However, in near future, Ukraine will require a huge economic boost, similar to the one offered to Western Europe after World War II, a new Marshall Plan for Ukraine.
Let's hear now from President Zelensky.
45 days of a full-scale war and defense against Russia's attack. The attack by the largest country in the world, the largest by its territory, the largest by its aggressiveness, the largest by its impunity. Russian leadership failed to account for one fact, the fact that it attacks the other largest country in the world, Ukraine, the largest by its courage. We're not afraid of massive missile strikes, Russian aircrafts, and never-ending tank columns. Ukrainian courage has inflicted heavy losses on the Russian army, which has already lost more of its soldiers than during the previous decades of regular wars. Ukrainian courage has already united the whole democratic world. Millions of people in different countries are witnessing our courage. The people from different countries know about our bravery. It shall always be remembered in history. But I would like Ukrainian courage to be shared by everyone in the world, just as we are defending ourselves against the greatest tyranny of all. So the other people of the world should bravely resist this tyranny. They have to do everything to force Russia to seek peace. They have to do everything to hold Russian soldiers and their commanders accountable for their crimes against the Ukrainian people. Sanctions must be imposed against all Russian banks. Russian oil embargo must be imposed. The Russian war crimes machine should be denied its capacity to act. Vital assistance should be provided to Ukraine. We have asked for weapons. We've asked for financial assistance. We have asked for support to Ukrainian migrants, for those 10 million people forced by Russia to flee their homes. The democratic world had the power to help. Ukrainian courage deserves respect. Convince your politicians. Stay with Ukraine. Stay with freedom. Stay with bravery.
And the final tally, I think you are the boss.
No, you are the boss. You are the president. I'm definitely not the president.
Am I supposed to? Okay, let me have a look at the figures I see. So, whoa. We have finally, the world has finally pledged 9.1 billion euros through this campaign, and in addition, hold on, in addition, the Commission working with EBRD adds another billion for the IDPs in Ukraine. This is fantastic. So 10.1 euros, and if you say that in dollars, it's even more.